Hey guys, my name is Ani Tovmasyan. I am Armenian from Armenia. I born in Soviet Union in 1979. I came to United States when I was 30 years old, and I know it's too old to start a new life in a different country, especially when you don't know the language. So when I came to United States, I didn't know anything about United States. I knew some English words like happy birthday, I am a table. I know I'm not a table. It's a joke, but yeah. And this is first time in my life I am trying to speak in English. Can you imagine? Because I have a big insecurity. My grammar is not good. English is my third language. My second language is Russian, and my first language is Armenian. And speaking in English for me, it's like going out from my comfort zone. And today I decided to go out from my comfort zone. Please, please don't judge me because I want to do something new. I'm 46 right now. It's hard for me to do this. So this is first time I'm doing full video in English. Most my followers are Armenian speakers, and I know they will not understand anything about this video. I will try to translate them maybe. But why I'm doing this? I always wanted to do like English YouTube, for English speakers, not only for my people, because we have a big community in United States and all over the world that they do speak in English. They understand English. And some of them, they even don't know Armenian because they born in United States and their first language is English. And I wanted to do this to have more non-Armenian speaker followers. This is an experiment for me. This is very hard because I still have this fear that my grammar is not good, and a lot of people maybe may make fun of me. Please don't. But I love to do experiments, and I think it's too late for that, but they say never late. I don't know, let's try. I don't know who's gonna watch this because I have 58,000 followers in YouTube because I am a singer. I am famous singer in my community. My stage name is SHPROT. It's a Russian fish. My real name is Ani. It's easy for you, like maybe Ani, because SHPROT is a little bit hard for you because you don't have a R, but we have a R. And it's a Russian fish. It's a sprouts, the fish in oil and stinky fish. So it's a sprot. I call my name. I don't know. I was young and maybe drunk. I don't drink that much now, but I used to drink when I was young. Before I go to sing, artists have some addictions, and praise Jesus. I'm trying to be now more to live godly life, you know what I mean. And for about my faith life, I will tell you lately, it's the most important thing in my life, the period of my life that I became a believer. Now I'm going to church every Sunday. I read the Bible and I pray, and I'm trying to live godly life, if you can say in English. I don't know if you can say in like godly life, and yeah. So when I came to United States, I was 30. It's too old for new country to starting from zero, but I decided to come. I was very progressive. I was very liberal back in the days. Maybe you can say the first singer, first artist in Armenia who was trying to do some sexual revolution. Unfortunately, I don't think that way right now. I used to think that way. I was very liberal. But my country and my people are very conservative and very like, we are believers. Like all my nation are believers. We are first nation who accept Christianity in 301. And yeah, now I am very proud of that I'm Christian Armenian, that my people decided to be Christian after Jesus. And it's a beautiful country, Armenia. Who doesn't know? You should go there. And yeah, now I live in United States almost 15 years. When I came to United States, I didn't know any English. I didn't have any job, but I have this big vision. I want to be a famous singer. Like, I want to go to Hollywood. Then when I met some Hollywood people, I stopped dreaming about Hollywood because I realized, no, I have nothing to say to American people, to Hollywood, because I know how my people thinks, how my people think. I know Armenian mentality. I know what they want. I didn't know what American people want. And you know, everything is done in Hollywood. You can do like something new, you know. But I was new in my country. You know, I was the first person who was trying to do the liberal stuff that I am now regretting. Why, I will tell you. But I was young. I had big ambitions. I was not appreciated that much about my culture and my country, and I was trying to have big audience, and I was trying to sing in English. I have some experiments about new songs in English, and then I realized, no, this is not mine. Anyways, like an artist, I stay in my community. Let's say like this. I stay in my community, I start working, I start singing. When I came to United States, it was very hard for me because I didn't have anyone. I didn't know any language. It was very hard for me to find any job. I didn't want to go and study again because I studied a lot in Armenia back in the days. I have a law degree, but I don't like that. I did that because of my parents, you know, in Soviet Union. And if our parents want you to be a doctor, you need to be a doctor. You can't refuse them, you know. But I will always wanted to be singer because I used to sing, I used to paint, and I was an artist in my heart. But yeah, I graduated the law school, but I never work because it wasn't mine. Then I became a famous singer in one night. I promise you, in one night, I became a famous singer. So when I graduated my law school, my family was in very bad situation, financial situation. I started working a waitress. I started collecting some money, and I made my first music video. I sang my grandfather's song. Look, Armenians are very old nation, and we have like songs 100 years old, 200 years old. We have songs about food. We have songs about animals. It's very, very interesting culture. We have songs about anything. Like, we have beautiful songs for God, for Jesus, and very, very old songs. And gospels, you know, Armenian, like specifically Armenian gospels. And Armenian language is very, very old language. And my culture is beautiful. And if you meet any Armenian, they will tell you about Armenian in 1 hour. You know, it's like, maybe for some non-Armenians it's boring to have friends with us, but this is it. If you're friend with Armenian, we're going to tell you about Armenian genocide, we're going to tell you about Armenian faith, Armenian food, Armenian culture, and we are rooted with our culture. Okay, so when I came to United States, I realized that a lot of people, they don't have that feeling of roots, you know, because they all very young. And for me, it was like, oh my God, it's not comfortable to not have roots, because when you have that roots in you and you very like old culture, have that old culture nationality, and you came from that old country, you still have that roots, that, and they feed you. You know, your roots are feeding you. Your story and everything is feeding you, and you feel so strong with your roots. But when I came to United States, I feel like I'm naked. I don't have any roots, and I need to find out again. And that moment was very breaking for me. When I find out again my roots, I go deeper than I was used to. You know, I go deeper to Armenian culture, to Armenian history, to Armenian faith, more deeper than I was living in Armenia. When I was living in Armenia, I was dreaming about world, you know, about I don't know, I have some dreams, you know. And I wasn't that appreciative in that time. But when I came to United States and I live far away from my country, I became more believer because I felt God's presence in my life everywhere, you know. And I was very liberal. I told you I wanted to be like the first singer who can make some sexual revolution because I was I was a feminist, you know, feminist. I can tell that I didn't like the men, you know, and I have some problems with that gender, maybe. And I had a lot of questions. I couldn't find any balance between men and women. You know what I mean? And in Armenia, I was very, my songs are very liberal. My clothings are very liberal. You know, I have tattoos. I was wearing very like open dresses, if I can tell, very sexual dresses. And my mindset was very liberal. But Armenians, they are very old-fashioned. And it was very hard for me to be a first, not a first, but we have couple singers that they wanted to do stuff like that because it's very hard in old nation to do some revolution, like sexual revolution, you know. And I was that girl who don't want to keep her roots, who don't want to keep that old-fashioned stuff, the conservative stuffs, and I wanted to bring some new stuffs. And I was like that maybe some 15 years. And after 15 years, with that mindset, I decided to leave. I had some problems in Armenia with politic mentalities, with governments. You know, I didn't like how they work. I didn't like everything about them. So I came to United States and I started living in United States, and it was very hard for me. I was totally alone. I didn't know what I'm doing, and praise Jesus that I find new friends. I find new people who help me a lot. We have in United States, we have a big community, big Armenia, like millions. They live in United States. Most of them, they live in Los Angeles, in Glendale, but we have all over the world Armenians, like in United States, couple millions, if not more, maybe 3 millions. I don't know. If I'm wrong, just put on comments. And yeah, I start to live here, but I still have this mindset of democracy and liberal. But I came the country that everybody's liberal, most of them the liberal, most of them Democrats, and I felt that I don't have nothing to do to these people as a singer, as an artist, nothing new. In Armenia, I was very like a fresh air, let's say like this. But in United States, I was like nobody, you know, only my people knew, some of my people, they knew who I am. I couldn't find any job because I didn't have I was an immigrant, like all immigrants have the same problems. And praise God, I have some friends, they helped me go through. Then I decided to go to New York. You can't learn English when you live in Glendale or in North Hollywood. So I decided to go to New York. I had only $400. And I went to New York, to Brooklyn. And the person, my friend who drove me to New York, he tells me, like, are you sure you want to stay here? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, Ani, you will be homeless in 3 days. You can't live here. It's most expensive city in the world. I'm like, it's okay. Because I have this mindset that you need to think positive. You can control your minds, you know. I don't do that right now, but I was practicing that, the positive mind. It's not from God. Let me tell you this. After 15 years of practicing positive thoughts, I realized that it's not from God. Because if you want to change, if you want some changes in your life, you need to pray. You know, you don't need to trust your thoughts. It's good to be positive, but not like you give or trust all your trust to your thoughts. No, 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 no. It's something wrong there. But in that time when I was in New York, I was thinking like I can do whatever I want to do because Madonna did. I can do it too. In that time I was reading a lot of like show business books. So I had that $400, and that guy, he's gone, and it was 7 p.m. New York for me was very like dirty city because in LA it's very clean, but New York they have these bridges, and I didn't know that New York have the strongest summer. Strongest winter in the world. I didn't know that New York is like a Moscow. And I'm from sunny Armenia. I mean, we have snow, we have winter in Armenia, but not like that. Anyways, I think it was like November, maybe. And I only had in my luggage, only had my stage clothes. And they like shorts and shorts. Like everything is shorts and open. I didn't have boots. I have only summer dresses, stuff like that, you know. I didn't have any boots. I didn't know what's coming. So my friend, he's gone, and I was like in middle of the street, and it's dark, and I don't know English. I don't know how I did that. I'm thinking now I would never do that in my life, but I was 30 that time, 30 or 31. So I went to in my Facebook, and I start to looking people. I didn't know all my friends they all my followers, you know. I was a famous singer. So I went through my friends who following me from New York, and I find some guy, some photographer. He's a wedding photographer. I met him once in Armenia, and we just follow each other. He was like he was filming or doing something, some pictures, some photos, and I texted him, sent him on Messenger. I'm like, hey, I'm in New York. What are you doing? And he's like, yeah, I'm in New York too. Where are you? I'm like, maybe I'm here. Like, I didn't know even streets and anything. And he's like, oh, I live there. Let me come and meet you. I'm like, okay. In 15 minutes, he came with his mom with nice Mercedes-Benz. Armenians love Mercedes-Benz. Armenians very hardworking people, okay? Doesn't matter you immigrant or not, you're gonna work, you're gonna make some money. Doesn't matter where you live, in Burkina Faso or in United States. So they came and they picked me up. They took me to their house, to their apartment. They helped me a lot. Thank you so much that you helped me, my fellow Armenians. And I didn't know them, they didn't know me, but they helped me. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful culture. Armenians, they help each other everywhere. That's why I don't have any American friends. It's unfortunately, we feel very like comfortable with each other. You know, it's a comfort zone. We eat same food that we eat in Armenia. We even find the same food in United States. If you open my refrigerator, everywhere it's Armenian food, you know, Russian and Armenian, like Soviet Union. What we used to eat, we eat in United States again, like also. So, and I don't have much American friends until now. I live in United States 15 years. I don't have much American friends because I have this insecurity that they gonna laugh at my English. I don't have the same mentality, same values. What we gonna share with each other? Like what we going to share with each other? You know, we are too different. So that's why I decided to do this video, to see if I can find audience, English speaking audience, non-Armenian audience, we have a lot of Armenians that they don't speak in English. Maybe this is for them also. So I want to make bigger my YouTube audience. Let's say like this, because in these 15 years, I have couple American friends, and they're not American, European American. One of them Egyptian, and we have same faith, you know. couple American friends. One of them German Armenian, like mix, and yeah, not that much. So I wish and I hope that I can find American English speaking. It doesn't matter where do you live. You live in Europe, you live in India, you live in I don't know, Africa, or in United States. I just want to find other nationality followers and friends. You know, this is the time. I am 46. Maybe it's not too late. Let's say like this. And I want to find some niche to talk. I think I find some niche, maybe men and women relationship, because I read a lot. I read a lot about men and women relationship. I just got married. I got married when I was 45. Maybe we can talk about relationships, like how get married when you 40 and plus. Maybe, I don't know, let's see. I have my Armenian niche that we talk about faith, we talk about politics, Armenian politics most of the time. But I think my people sick and tired of my comments and my analyses. They don't like when I spoke about politics, but I love it. I love it because I think it's not that much politics. It's like when you love your country, you have this worries. You worry about your country. You know, I worry about United States too. You know, when something happens, this is my second country, you know. And yeah, sometimes I speak about politics, but about Armenia, not about what's going on here. Maybe sometimes. But I think the best niche that everybody can understand, it's an international niche topic. It's men and women relationship. So if you're okay with this, if you agree with this, please comment. I don't know how many people will watch this video, because most my followers are Armenian speakers, and I don't know if anybody not Armenian speaker will watch this video. If you watching this right now, please leave some comment, because I want to know that at least I have one person who is not Armenian in my life who watch my videos. I have millions of views on my songs. One of my song have more than 17 million views, because it was hit, that song. So now I'm doing something new. Yeah, and by the way, not the niche, not only we can talk about men and women relationship, we can talk about faith also. You know, because most Americans, they are Protestants, and Armenians are not Protestants. Our faith is apostolic. So when we accept Christianity, it was 301. And that time, two apostles, Bartholomeus and Thaddeus, they came to Armenia, and they gave us the apostolic knowledge, and we accept Christianity. And until now, we keep the same knowledge. We didn't change anything. Like Protestants, they came from Catholics in 1500s. But Armenians, they never change anything. Like, it's the same faith, the same knowledge that the apostles gave us. We keep that until now. Praise Jesus. Yeah, and also we can go to men and women relationship, but with God, because it's impossible without God to find your husband or your wife. It's impossible, you know. If you don't believe in God, it's better to start, okay? Because it's very hard live without God. You know, if you're agnostic, again, you need to make sure that you are not agnostic anymore. If you're atheist, just start believing in God, because right now your heart is beating. How your heart is beating? Where your heart takes that energy, that spark that your heart is beating. If your heart is beating, it means God is alive, okay? So now you are not atheist anymore. So I don't know if this is introduction for my new series in English, and I don't know if I'm going to talk about how to find your husband. Maybe for next video I will tell you, maybe tomorrow I will tell you how I did find, how was my mindset when I find my husband in 45 years. I was 45. For girl, especially if you're Armenian, getting married in 45, it's impossible. Even when you're 23, it's impossible. When you're 25, it's impossible. I know in United States and in Europe, women are getting married when they 30 plus, but not in Armenia, baby. But I didn't want to get married because I was liberal and very democrat. I was careerist and feminist. I didn't want to have any family and any kids, you know. I wanted to be a famous singer. I wanted to make some music. I wanted to make some money, you know. And then I realized, like, girl, you late. You late because you're living like a man. So first mindset that changed in my life, it was that the moment that I understand I live in man energy. I lived all my life in man energy, because when you're a little girl and you need to work to take care of your family, you go to man energy, you know, and the femininity is gone, because now you're making money. Now you are in your head, not in your heart, because women, it's all about your heart, and men is all about your making decisions and being in your head. But it wasn't my choice. I lost my dad. He's a hero, Armenian hero. And me and my mom and my sister was starving, you know, back in the days. And I started working. I was going to school. I was working. I was, when I graduated the law school, I didn't want to work as a lawyer because I wanted to sing. So I went and I started working waitress. I gave the diploma to my mom and I tell them, you want this diploma? Here we go, take the diploma. I don't want to do this. And I start working waitress. I start collecting money, and I made my first music video. And the song was my grandfather's song. It's an old song about chicken. Can you imagine? Yeah. Old nations, old culture nations have very strange songs and beautiful songs. We have songs about food, like about barbecue. Can you imagine? About barbecue, and it's an old song. Խորովածը շատ լավ բան է ջան, տույ 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 տույ, առանց գինի անհամ բան է ջան, տույ 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 տույ. So this song about barbecue, and this song is about chicken. Խորոզուն էի գոմշի ծակեր, ամեն մի աչքը նրան հատեր, ավերվի տանողի տունը հեր, խորոզը ստարան տունը սա, աբադաբա ջնդա, գալագալա ջնդա, գուլի գուլի ցիպի ցիպի քշ քշ քշ, ցիպի ցիպի քշ քշ. It's an international. Okay, so this song was my grandfather's song. When he was drunk, he sings this song and play on a bottle with a knife. And I took this song, I rearranged the song, I put some guitars, some distortion guitars, I put some Armenian folk. So I mix rock and folk. I used to love rock. And now I love more house music. Anyways, yeah, and gospel. Armenian gospel is totally different story, okay? So I mix this song, I collect some money when I was waitress, I have some phone, I sell the phone, I have one ring, gold ring, I gave it that to Lombard, how you said, the pawn shop. Yeah, and I gave my phone in pawn shop, because back in the days in Armenia, when you have a phone, you can give your phone to pawn shop and the card. The card was like, oh, very expensive. So I give that to pawn shop, I took $300 and I made my first music video. And in one day, I became famous singer in Armenia. One day, I sleep, I wasn't famous. I woke up, I was famous. Can you imagine? And I was waitress. Waitress. I didn't have even money for transportation to go home back from the work. Anyways, so I start singing. It changed my whole my life. I was trying to do some crazy stuff because I realized when you are not crazy, you can be in show business. It's everywhere like the same. Okay. And then after 15, I have a beautiful career in Armenia. I have a lot of hits and a lot of songs and a lot of concerts. And my people, I am very thankful to my people for this love that I get from them. I get some hate also, but it's. Then I came to United States. I wasn't singing 7 years in United States. Actually, I was just working and working and working. I was doing the housekeeping and waitress and everything because Armenian in LA, they didn't know my songs that much, so I need to start over again as a singer. And again, I work and I collect money in United States now. So I start from zero in Armenia, and again, I start from zero in United States when I was immigrant and 30 years old. And I think it's too old to come a new country, to become a beginner in new country. But I did it again. I did it again after, I did it again after 7 years of working and collecting money. My first video, and again, it was hit like this. And I did, I think, 4 hits every year. Like Katrich Davo, Urvor Ganas, Ashotik, and Tzizak. Yeah. If I translate these songs, it's hilarious. So first song is Katrich Davo. I don't know how even to translate Katrich Davo. It's about Dave, the guy, Dave. And he's very brave. Brave Davo. So second one, Urvor Ganas. Whenever you go, I will come after you. That is my biggest hit. And it's not mine, actually. I did with somebody, very famous Armenian singer, Tigran Zhankochan. So it's his cover, his songs. And he sings with me. Actually, I sing with him. Anyways, that is my second one. The third one is with Tatul, Ashotik. Ashotik is just a name, and my father's name is Ashotik also. And my fourth one is all about vegetables. Yeah, the song is about vegetables. Garunega yares tsanets kartol, yare kartolite mernem, kartol khatite mernem, metsu puchur kartolnerit mernem. So it says, in spring, my loved one put some potato seeds, and the potato grew up, and your nose like a potato, and I love your nose like a potato. I love your nose like a potato. This imagine Armenian culture and American culture. It's like very, very different. I mean, we have a lot of love songs, beautiful love songs, but I love this kind of songs that you can experiment, so that's why I picked these funny songs about chicken, about Ashotik, about David, and about vegetables. And also, yeah, we have song about Horovat. I just sang about barbecue. And what else we have? Buyaman aman buyaman takavor linelus lavaban. Yeah, I can translate this. Anyways, so I start in United States again from zero. But I was again liberal, very, very feminist. I was reading feminist books, stuff like that. I was trying to understand male and female psychology. I read a lot of psychologists, oh my God, about men and women relationships. I wanted to find that balance between men and women. I couldn't. And same time, American men and women think totally different than Armenian things. It's very, very hard to find even friends. For me, it was very hard. I felt very comfortable with my people. especially the people who grew up in Armenia, because in United States we have Persian Armenians, we have Lebanon Armenians, people who came from Iraq. But again, I love them. They are beautiful people. But for me, it's comfortable to be with Armenians, with Hayastan. We call them Hayastansi. They from Soviet Union because we eat same salad, same Russian salad, stalishtaya. We don't eat hummus. But Armenians from Damascus, from Iran, they live hummus. You know, when I came to United States, I was like, what is hummus? Because in Armenia, we don't eat hummus. Okay, and we drink like Russian lemonades, you know, Soviet Union lemonades, you know, and we even make barbecue different. You know what I mean? So for me, the mentality, the way we think, it's totally different. Armenians from Soviet Union, we are thinking totally different about men and women. I think, but the pain is same. The pain is same. There is some specific age that you want to get married. After 35, I was starting to, it's boiling in me. I was like, okay, Annie, are you going to stay alone all your life and just figure out psychology of men and women? What are you going to do? Because you need some kids and you need family. And I didn't know anything about family. I saw my family. My family was amazing, but unfortunately, I lost my dad, you know? So that's why I lost my role model of men when I was 11 years old. And I didn't know what to do. I was reading and trying to figure out about my personal life because my career was okay, you know, but my personal life was not okay. And then one day, when I was okay, even mentally I was okay, I realized that all this stuff about all this new age stuff about you need to be positive, think positive, you can change, you can control your life with your thoughts and stuff like that. All my walls and refrigerators, all like in pictures and in manifestations and, you know, about my future house, future husband, future cars. So I took that everything, I throw it away. I went to the church, Armenian church. I bought a Bible again. And I started praying again, reading again. I went to Armenian church, first time in my life. And I find people and I tell them, please teach me, what is Armenian apostolic knowledge? I want to know why my ancestors choose to be Christian. Show me. I start going to Bible studies. Yeah, my life changed. It was hard for me in the beginning because I lost everything, every knowledge that I knew, because I read a lot of philosophy and esoteric books, a lot of esoteric books. Oh my God, you can't even imagine how many esoteric books I read. But then I throw it away, all that knowledge. It's not good to have that knowledge. It's like a garbage. You need to clean. And with God, with my Bible study, with Holy Spirit, we are still cleaning my spirit and my brain for new beginning. Because Armenian apostolic knowledge, it's so beautiful, it's so pure, it's so calm. Yeah. So then I find my husband. Yeah. I was praying years and years, please God send me, because in that time when I was very like philosophically new age, in that time I believe in God also. It's not I wasn't believing God. The new age is just took off Jesus from the philosophy. You know, it's very dangerous. You can't take out Jesus from your belief system. So yeah, I was believing, please God give my husband, please God give my husband. And I didn't meet my husband in that time when I was very liberal because of my mindset. I wasn't that humble enough. You know, you need to be humble to get your husband. You need to be very humble, girl. You need to be very humble to get your husband. You need to be ready to clean your husband's socks. If you are not ready to clean his clothes, I'm putting some accent here. If you are not ready to clean your husband's socks and clothes with your hands, you are not ready for marriage, girl. And you need to do that with love, without hesitation. You know what I mean? You need to be humble. You need to want be humble to your husband. You know what I mean? When I was feminist, I wasn't humble. I'm like, it means I will never ever be humble to any man. They don't deserve. You know, I had that feminist mindset. Men, they need to just spend money, you know, and do some stuffs for women. Like I didn't have that balanced thoughts to male gender. I didn't respect male gender. During in my life, I was like, no, this gender is something wrong with this gender. Yeah, I was thinking that way. Because I want to see them as a woman. Not as a woman, but the values that women have, it's not the same that men have. We have totally different values, right? And the taste and everything. We are like totally different worlds. And I wanted to see in them some women values. But they don't have it. They have different values. They have some values that women don't have. You know what I mean? I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So when I came to God, I humble myself and I tell the God, this is first time that I am ready to be humble to this gender that I didn't like all my life. You know, I mean, not didn't like, but I didn't respect. You know, I was like, women are more brave. Women are making more money. Women are more honest. I respect women. I don't respect this gender, you know. But the day that I decided to change my mindset that I am ready to be humble to my husband, to only one guy, you know. Yeah, I want to make some food for him with love. Can you imagine? If you're feminist, you can't. I was so ready deep in my heart that I want to clean for him, cook for him, and serve him. You know, for me, serving to someone, it's very impossible thing. Because I am famous singer, a lot of people serving me, you know, you feel like you're something, but you're not. So serving to someone, for like serving God, for me, it was very normal. You know, I love God, I will serve you forever. That is my mindset in all my life. But for men, serving men, especially Armenian men, I'm like, I don't know, you know. Then when I realized that until I don't humble myself, until I am not willing to serve two men that I love, that God gave me, you know, it's impossible marriage. You can't. Because after 1 month, if you are not serving your man, after 1 month, you will divorce. That's why a lot of people, they divorce, because they're not ready to serve. Yes, baby, you need to serve. Serve with your body, with your thoughts, with your actions, with your love, with everything. You need to be a server. Yes, like that. Even if you was feminist, you need to be a server to your husband. This is it. And that time, that moment when you are ready, God give you the best man you can ever imagine. He is not giving you the bad guy and you going to serve some bad guy. You know, he is giving you the best person you can ever imagine or dream. And you was like, oh, I was like, oh my God. God is so beautiful. He is so wise, so smart. He is just waiting for your heart. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I met my husband 1 year ago. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. I find God first, and then I find my husband. Because if you don't want to get married, don't even find a man, baby. If you're ready to marry, then pray for husband and wife. Because this institute of marriage is from God. You know? Yeah, this is it for today. It's almost 47 minutes. I'm talking in English. I can't believe it. I can't believe. Please leave a comment about this, my English experiment. Please, I need this. I need this to know, should I continue this or should I stop this? Yeah, thank you so much for watching me. See you next time. I love you.